big, man. You know, our coach was harping on being 1-0, starting the Big Ten 1-0 in the Big Ten, 2-0 overall. So, you know, it was just a big win for us. We, got to keep that momentum going.
Montorie, your coach, Courtney Hawkins, talked about how proud he was and how resilient you guys were. Talk about being a leader on this team and the emotional swings that go back and forth, and what role do you play to keeping guys locked in?
Really, we just know, we got to be resilient through all the tough times. We're going to go through tough times this whole season. It's just how we fight back. We can't just sit and dwell on if we make a mistake. It's just all about the next play. We got that next play mentality, and that's kind of how I hold myself as an example. Even if stuff don't go my way, I'm still going to go out there and do my job to the best of my ability, for sure.
Kind of speaking on that, game one, how'd you respond to that? Because, the bobble and the fumble, and just, moving on.
Yeah, it was, for me personally, that was just a rough game for me. I definitely needed to bounce back, just be more dialed in throughout the week, and just attention to detail and stuff like that. And definitely, the next game, I played a little bit better, and it definitely was great to see that turnaround for sure for myself.
Was it more of the first game, nerves and stuff, or was it more of just the mental side of things?
No, it wasn't no first game nerves. It was just, kind of details, like I said, we kind of didn't operate how we were supposed to in that game. And it showed, it was a tight game, and we tightened it up the second week, and we kind of did better the second week. So
The wide receiver group as a whole seemed to have trouble getting separation in that first game. What did you guys work on after that? I know the coverages weren't quite the same with Maryland, but what did you guys learn from that? Was there a learning process? Am I right about that? About separation wasn't quite as good?
Yeah, it's a learning process after every game, man. We got to improve in a lot of areas still. Even till today, we still working on a lot of stuff. Just being more detailed in our route running and stuff like that. So, just coming in here every day, just trying to get better and just work on our craft is, what we're doing every day. So.
What stood out to you the most about Aiden having to bounce back too from game 1 to 2, whether it was in the week before or game day itself? Just what do you feel like was most different from him?
I just feel like just confidence, man. I mean, he got all the tools that a quarterback needs. So, just confidence, just going out there knowing that he can make the throw and make the plays, that was kind of the biggest difference I've seen from game 1 to game 2.
How important was that first drive out there you guys had? They go down and score, and you guys march right back down to it. It's probably one of the cleaner drives we've seen from you guys, and you scored, obviously. Just how important was that, and what led to being so efficient? Of course, you guys pre-scripted some of that stuff, but just
it was very important, man, because we had to bounce back from last week. So finishing drives, that was an emphasis for the whole week. So just doing that, it kind of kept our energy up for the whole game, and that's how we capitalized on a lot of plays down the stretch of the game.
How much do you think the culture?
The first couple calls were for you, and then Jerron, and then I think Nick right after that. I mean, was that when you build a rhythm like that? Right. Is that as much for you as it is for Aiden in that moment? When you're building that, when Aiden's trying to spread the ball around like that, I think they talked about trying to get everybody involved. But for you guys as receivers coming off the previous week, just getting that mind out, you're getting the previous game out of your head right away.
Yeah, definitely. We got big time players in the wide receiver room. Aiden got confidence in all of us. So just being able to spread the ball around and just be ready to when your opportunity comes. We got players, so we got to be able to spread the ball around too. So
we've seen Nick Marsh, the physical abilities, obviously, but what do you see in the meeting rooms and stuff behind the scenes that sort of meets his preparation, his mentality? What stands out to you about him as a freshman in that regard?
He doesn't act like a freshman. I can definitely say that. He's prepared. He prepares like a pro every day. He came in wanting to work with me, off rip. So, that says a lot. Him just trying to be great and trying to learn from older guys right off the rip. And being a freshman and being so locked in, it's kind of definitely a difference between anybody else I've seen or witnessed in my time being here, for sure.
Montorie, you got a late start in football. Could you have imagined at 17 doing that, and what were you like at 17?
At 17, I was still in high school, so just him being out here and just making plays like that, it's phenomenal. I can't wait to see him throughout these next couple of years to see what he does, in the future, man. He's definitely a talented guy, and I'm excited for him for sure.
How much happy for him in the room? You know,
Oh
to
yeah,
see him
definitely.
do that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely. We love it, man. We know we need everybody in the room, and for him to step up in that big game, it was definitely great for us to see, for all of us to see.
How much do you think the players and the coaches accepting responsibility for what happened in Game 1? I mean, Coach Lingard mentioned the fact that he wished he got Aiden in a rhythm. I mean, Coach Smith talked about maybe should have kicked the field goal instead of the turnover downs. When you hear that from the coaching staff accepting responsibility, maybe some fault, how much does that help the players? When knowing that we can correct things too, and it kind of gives that culture of accountability.
Yeah, definitely. In my opinion, I don't think it's mainly on the coaches. I mean, they definitely help, but we out there playing every snap, so it's really up to us, honestly. That comes with leadership and just making plays out there on the field. So I feel like it's kind of it got to be a balance. I feel like there's no one to blame. It's just kind of a teamwork effort at the end of the day. So, yeah.